Starting point guard of the Oregon State women's basketball team, Sydney Wiese, is in her final days at Oregon State. After 4 historic years in a Beaver uniform, Wiese will play her final games at Gill Coliseum beginning this Friday. Wiese, who leads Oregon State in all-time three-point field goal percentage and assists, will be remembered for her charismatic spirit and intense passion that she brought to the game. Wiese was named a Wooden Award finalist and ESPNW's second-team All-American this season, as her and the Lady Beavers earned a 2 seed in this year's NCAA tournament for a second straight year after the team was projected to finish 5th in the Pac-12. Head coach Scott Rueck called Wiese a one-in-a-million type of player and an Oregon State legend. Amy Schwartz and myself sat down with Coach Rueck as well as Wiese in a comprehensive interview to discuss her passion for the game, her postseason aspirations, and the legacy she leaves behind as one of the most memorable Beavers in Oregon State history.
Starting point guard Sydney Wiese is in her final days in a Beavers uniform. As she prepares for the NCAA tournament, we look back at her time at Oregon State, her impact in the Corvallis community, her legacy on and off the court, and how head coach Scott Rueck believes she is a once-in-a-lifetime player.
Coach Rueck reflects on the first time that he had talked to Sydney Wiese before she came to Oregon State.
When I first talked to her, I'd seen her, I knew who she was, and it was time to get her on the phone with me and her parents. And we set up this conference call, and it was supposed to be a conference call. Like, her AAU coach was setting this up, and I'm like, if I have to do conference calls to talk to this kid, I don't even want her. I don't want to play this game. And then it turns out, because I thought the coach was going to be on the call and everything, and what a circus, right? And so I'm like, can I just talk to her? And mom and dad, of course, is fine. I need to get to know them as well. And so I called, and it was just them. It was them, I think, in their kitchen, and me on speakerphone, of course. And it was 45 minutes, and it was just perfect. It was magic. It was just, they were looking for exactly what we are and exactly who we are and how we do things. And you just knew, man, we've got a really special connection here.
Coach Rueck talks about how Sydney has emerged as a leader while staying true to her roots, leading by her example.
So the example that she's provided from the first minute she arrived has been incredible. The greatest growth has been beyond that, where she has seen need, where she has maybe focused more on a basketball sense, where this is what the team needs to hear from me right now. That's not necessarily a comfortable thing for her to do. She's not confrontational by nature. It's not who she is. She's somebody that's a support person. She wants to make sure you're okay. She doesn't want to say, you need to get this done. That's not comfortable for her, but I've seen that really started to show a year ago, where she understood there's a level of accountability that great teams have, and it comes from the inside of the team. It doesn't come from the coaches. It can, but it's not as impactful. And so she's provided that for this team the last 2 years, where she's raised the bar in practice, and she's stopped and said, hey, this is what needs to be done. And so her leadership has been constant, and it's really grown in its impact when it comes to all the little details that it takes to become a champion.
Starting freshman point guard Michaela Pivac expresses how her teammate in Sydney has shown Pivac empathy and leadership like a professional since day one.
Sydney Wiese is an amazing teammate, always there to support you, being positive to everyone, is nice to everyone she meets, and just her work ethic, rubbing off on everybody else, has been probably the most important thing that I've seen. And her leadership style, she helps everybody be calm on the court and just leads us in every way.
Sydney talks about how she allowed herself to become uncomfortable in order to lead this season after losing so much senior talent from Ruth Hamlin and Jamie Wisner.
I think once last year ended, I am going to be honest, I was very stressed because their presence was so powerful on and off the court. And to lose 5 seniors and sisters, it's tough to go through, and that's what it's been like the last 3 years. We'll graduate someone or a couple of people, and other people have to step up and try and fill their shoes and fill the void. So I knew it wasn't going to be just on my shoulders, but it was going to be a different leadership position that I had been in. And so I was going to have to step up and sort of be uncomfortable to make sure that other people were more comfortable and they were adjusting to the team, and we were fitting all the new pieces together. And it's been a beautiful journey and a great challenge, and I'm so thankful to have been in that position.
Coach Rook reflects on how his relationship with Sydney has shaped over time and how she has taken the time to invest in the coaching process while improving herself and the others around her.
Sid and I, our relationship is as healthy, as good as I think a coach-player relationship can be. We can challenge each other, we have fun together, we know about each other's lives. She has taken the time to invest in me as well. I don't think many college students understand that, we're people too. We have feelings and we have a lot to offer outside of just what you see on the court or what you experience during 3 hours of practice. And that's a wisdom that she has. And I've had a few students over the years, in my 21 years now of doing this, that have really taken the time to invest in me. And those are the ones that I think get the best experience. And it's a pretty impressive maturity to get to that level. And so, yeah, I think it's absolutely vital. And I think it has been, not just this year, but I think Sid and my relationship has been key to what we've done here. And it's not just with her, it's with the rest of the team too. But, she is the face. She is the one that probably has, especially because the ball's in her hand all the time, the most impact from a leadership perspective. And so, yeah, I think it's been vital.
When asked about how she would describe Sydney's legacy, Pivik did not know where to begin.
How many words do I get? I would say just a leader and a program changer. Coming in, this program hadn't won a Pac-12 title in a while. Then she came in and helped lead the team to three straight and making deep runs to the NCAA tournament and leading each of the different teams. She's had different teammates along the way, and she makes everybody around her better. She's a one-of-a-kind player, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to spend at least 1 year with her.
As usual, Sydney remained humble when asked what she wanted to be remembered for when she hangs up her shoes and takes the next step in her journey after the final buzzer sounds on her Oregon State career.
I think the passion and the love that I brought for this university and for this game is the main thing that I would love to be remembered for. I've been so blessed with the people I've been surrounded by on the court and off the court, and I know throughout all of this I've given absolutely everything that I have had to this university, and the university has provided me with such a great foundation going forward into the rest of my life after I'm done playing, after I graduate. And so I just want everyone to know that I did everything with passion and with a positive spirit, and I wanted to bring that love for the game, that love for this university to everyone that I was surrounded by.
When Coach Rook was asked the same question, his response gave the recognition and praise that he felt Sydney deserved as one of the all-time Beaver greats.
Legend, flat out legend. As I think she'll be remembered as well as any person to ever graduate from here. That's what I think, and that's saying a lot. I just got chills from saying that, but because I've been a fan of this place for 47 years now, and I know who's come through here, and I know who's hanging in the rafters, and I know all the incredible athletes from every sport, and I've watched for years, and I know who Terry Baker is, and I know who Dick Fosbury is, and I know who all those incredible men's basketball players that have come through here are. And I can think back to gymnastics. Shari Knight was an incredible gymnast when I was here, and so on, and all the incredible baseball players. I mean, you just go on forever. Sydney has galvanized this community. For a female athlete to be one of the top 25 most influential people in Oregon sports, as done by the Oregonian this year, to see Sydney Wiese on that list, isn't that incredible? It would be a shame if she's not in the rafters here, and I think if every single Beaver fan could put on a headband, they would, because of how well she's represented them, what she stands for, and how good she is. You put that combination together, it's 1 in a million, and that's what Sid's done for all of us.
Despite her constant presence and energy with friends and family, Coach Rook shares how Sydney recharges by being alone at times.
I think the thing that people probably don't understand unless they've really studied and read is that, she's got some introverted tendencies. She is out there and she's engaged, but Sid needs her alone time. I'll be in here working at night, and it will be 11 at night, and 11:15 this light comes on, and that ball starts bouncing, and there's only one person. and that's Sid. And she's out there, and she might be there till 1 a.m. Just getting shots up, and that is where she goes to refresh and to get her energy back, even though she's expending energy. And so I think that's the really unique quality. She's a very introspective person. She's very deep, and she gives so much that you'll never see the hard stuff. You'll only see every great thing that she's projecting outward.